welcome to the Backyard Machine Shop. My name is Mike. Well guys, for the ones of you not subscribers to my channel, welcome. I'm sincere welcome. And what we do here, and what I do on videos, is I usually do machine restoration. And the type machines I do are very old, turn of the century to modern era machines, and usually they've been abandoned or put out to pasture to say they are no more. They have no more value to their owners, and they get rid of them. Now I've gotten machines out of fields, I've gotten machines out of shops, I've gotten machines out of barns. The monarch behind me here spent 30 years in a barn. When I got it, it was completely covered in rust. I just finished a series on a Pratt & Whitney lathe that I got out of a shop. I don't know how long it was in that shop, but I don't think it had been used for 50 or 60 years. Now it's a nice, viable machine here in my shop, and check out the videos and see what all went on with that. Well, the reason what we're here for today, though, is I was contacted by Metal Rescue, I don't know, 3 or 4 months ago. They asked me if I would like to try out their product, and they would send me a free sample, and for doing so, shoot a little video of using their product. So this is what this is. This is going to be their little sample video, and we're going to use their product. Now guys, so here's a little package that I received from Metal Rescue. Now when I first, I'm going to be honest, when I first heard from them and they were saying that would I like to try their product, I was like, maybe they watched my videos and seen the magnitude of rust that I deal with. And usually what I do, I've been doing this since 2006, so that's been 12 years that I've been restoring machinery. I started out restoring woodworking machinery, and I've moved into metalworking machinery. So anyway, I've used everything except for one of these newer style derusters. Now I've used electrolysis. I've got a video out using vinegar. But my primary use and my primary way of dealing with rust in old machines was basically the wire wheel and needle scalers and just elbow grease. So, these new chemicals that treat rust, but I've never tried them because, like I said, I just hammer down with elbow grease and get it done. So when they did send me this package, I was kind of curious about how it was going to work, and I had some reservations about it. So anyway, here's the package. Inside the package they sent me some literature. And it sent me some literature about the dry coat, which we'll get into the dry coat. And they sent me some instructions. And in their little letter it says, "Mike, we love your videos. We're a Michigan-based company called Workshop Hero, and think our Metal Rescue Rust Remover Bath is something you and your followers could use to inspire some cool, creative, and everyday de-rusting projects. Metal Rescue Rust Remover Bath is clean, safe, easy solution to removing rust from iron, steel. When we say safe on everything except rust, we mean it." So here's some quick tips on using the Metal Rescue. So they sent me some literature and they sent me some instruction, and like I said, they sent me a little brochure here with the guy off of American Pickers on it. I can't remember his name. Frank from American Pickers. All right, in the package we got a Workshop Hero decal, and we got a Metal Rescue decal. Okay, we got a nice clean shop towel from Metal Rescue, Workshop Hero. Fold this thing up. All right, and we got the little spray dry coat, and what this is basically after you do your Metal Rescue, you can spray this on and it kind of protects your metal from rusting for up to a year, I think is what it said. And the Metal Rescue. And like I said, when I first heard from them, they were I said, well, they watch my channel and they see I got tons and tons of metal around here that's got to be derusted. Maybe they would send me, at least 1.5 gallons or 2 gallons. But this is a concentrate, and you mix it up, and it makes a full gallon. So we're gonna mix this up, and all right, guys. So here we are. We're gonna mix up this little batch of Metal Rescue, and from the instructions, let's see what it says. It says preparation: remove surface dirt, grease, items, so on. So, oh, here you go. Mixing it up. Temperature work. Used at room temperature or above. Okay, so what I've got here is I've got a gallon of water. I just went in and pulled it right out the hot water tap. I'd say it's about 98 degrees or so. So we're going to use this water. It says add concentrate to a clean plastic container. Add 1 gallon of clean water and mix thoroughly. Okay. Then it says label Metal Rescue project with a mixing date. Upon mixing, the shelf life of Metal Rescue active ingredients is 1 year. Okay, so we're going to open this up. See, it's still got the seal on it. We're going to pour it into our, I hope this container don't leak. I didn't even check it. Alright, pull this off to the side. So we have our 1 gallon of warm water. And it's probably, let's see, it's 60 degrees in the shop. So that's why I went in and got tap water that was a little bit warmer. Okay, so we're going to pour in our 1 gallon. Right. Now our instructions clearly state that to mix this exactly 1 gallon, not more Metal Rescue, not less, or not more water. So you want that 1 gallon to 4 ounce mixture. All right. So what are we going to use for our test? And what I have here now, I haven't cleaned this any at all. I have a crescent wrench. It's actually, is it a crescent? I don't know. But anyway, I have this crescent type wrench. It's an adjustable wrench, and it is frozen shut. Now, a few years ago, I found a whole bucket of these, and they were all rusted shut. And so I took and dipped, I don't know, 6 or 8 of them in muriatic acid for a few minutes, and it basically de-rusted them and freed up the mechanism. So this is one that I haven't done. I don't know if this product will do it, but we're going to try it out. Our second part here we have, this is the tray of the current project I'm working on here in the shop, the shaper, the metal shaper, and it's a it was severely rusted when I got it. This is one of the machines I found that was out in the fields for 40 years or so. Now this, if you look at this tray, imagine the whole machine looking like that. So this is what we're going to work with. So we're going to dip that and this wrench and see how it does. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip these, and then a couple hours later I'm going to come back and look at them, and then a couple hours after that, and so on. And it's probably going to take up to 24 hours to clean these. So we're just going to dip them in the bath. Alright guys, so now it's just a waiting game. We're going to cut off the camera. We're going to come back in a couple hours, and I'm actually going to go get lunch, and we're going to come back and we're going to look at this and see what effects it's had so far. Thanks. I can already see it working just a little bit. Alright guys, so it's been about 2 hours. I can tell it's working. The water's getting really cloudy, and you can see the bubbles. We're going to reach in here and pull one of them out, see what we're looking like. I can definitely see some of the rust is gone. Hadn't got it all yet though. Maybe along this edge. So I don't know if you can see that. It's definitely working on it. When we put this in here, it was crusty rust. It had a lot of powder and a lot of flaking going on. It's already broke it down pretty good. On the inside here, you can see the paint color that was on the machine. It's taken the rust and brought the paint back out. So we're going to turn it back over. We're going to run it the other way this time. As far as the wrench goes, let me get my glasses. Still can't make out the maker. It may not even be on here. I do make out 300 millimeter. Again, this is just an old wrench that was laying around here. I'm just doing this. It's made in Spain. So we're gonna put it back in here. More than likely, this is going to the. But you can tell it's starting to bring out take some of the rust off. Okay. All right. So. We're going to come back in a couple more hours, and when we do, we'll update the video again. So stay tuned. It's been 4 hours. I've been messing around in the shop here, and we're going to look at it. Let's get our gloves on. Well, first of all, let's look at the wrench. Still not able to move the adjuster. Still can only see Spain in 300, so I guess that's all that's on it. 12 inch, made in Spain. All right, so let's pull our tray out. This is the only thing that really matters. And look at that. So in 4 hours, you remember how rusty it was? 4 hours. We're down to color, the old paint. So it's doing its job. There you go, back side. All right, so we're going to put this back in again and let it sit overnight. All right, guys, so we come out here, it's about 9 o'clock, well, maybe a few minutes after. So we've been cooking for about 9 hours. And in the instructions it says don't leave it, overdo it. So I'd come out here a few minutes ago and looked at it, and it's ready to come out. And so we're going to pull it out. Let's get us a rag here to set it well. Tell you what, right, guys, so we're going to lay out this little Zoric pad, and we're going to pull it out. So if you can look and you see what I see, all the rust is gone. This is what impressed me about this product, is all the rust is gone. And if you look, the paint, the original paint, or the paint that was on it when it was put outside, I guess the last coat, is still there. And we're right back to a natural casting. So we're going to set that there and let it drip dry. The wrench, it is working to the level of that one. I don't know. It is cleaning it up though. I can read it now really well. There is no maker on it. It's 12 inches, made in Spain, and 300 millimeters. So we're gonna let this one sit overnight and see if it's gonna do anything with it. But it has done some good, so put it right back in here. We're gonna let that cook overnight and see what we get in the morning. Now, as far as this tray goes, it is it's done a really fine job. Like I said, the paint that was on it when it was put outside is still there. It left it there, so I'm really impressed with it. All right, guys, we'll come back in the morning and we'll look at the wrench and we'll do some other stuff. All right, guys, so it's been like 20 hours, 21 hours since we put this wrench in here, and it's like 9 o'clock in the morning. The following morning, we put it in around 12 o'clock yesterday, and really, honestly, it's worked on it, but this wrench was really bad, so I don't know how much more it's going to get off, but we're going to leave it in there for a while. And you know, like I said, this was just a test piece just to see what it could do. Our tray that we put in there we actually took out 9 o'clock last night, has dried, and there's still some rust in there, and I don't know if it's flashed or if it's stuff that we just didn't let it get clean. But anyway, it really did a great job on that tray. You could see the paint, you know, and I mean, it didn't hurt the paint at all. I don't know how old this paint is, but you couldn't see the paint when I started, and now you can see what color was painted. So back out here now. It's been 24 hours, and we're going to pull this wrench out of the cooking here. And it's working. It's getting it off. I'm starting to see the polish back on the wrench. I don't know if that may be some dirt that's in there, or maybe it was painted. I don't know, but it's cleaning up pretty good. So I think it's working. I think this is one of those things that's just going to have to be in there longer. So we're going to put it back in there, and we're going to let it sit probably for a couple more hours, or probably another 24 hours, and we'll revisit it, and maybe I'll update it. Okay, so let's put it back in, and we'll check on it later. All right, guys, there you have it. The tray cleaned up, and the wrench is working on it. The wrench has been in there for 24 hours. The tray was in there for about 9 hours, but it may need to go back in. It's starting to show some signs of rust again. But as you can see on the table, I've cleaned a lot of parts, and they all were cleaned with Metal Rescue. So what I've done was, when I received this in the mail from Workshop Hero, I watched some of their videos, and from their videos it was working, and it was working good. So I wanted to try it and really try it, not just do a couple things in a gallon bath. So I went out and purchased 5 gallons of Metal Rescue. It cost me somewhere around $100 on Amazon, and it was here in a couple of days. And when I opened up I'm gonna be honest with you, when I opened it up and looked at it, I thought it was water. I thought they may have forgot to put the chemical in it. So anyway, the first thing I'd done was I'd put the clapper and the tool holder and the weigh, all that in an assembly, and I just dropped it in there, and I'll show you some pictures of that. And I let it sit overnight. So in 24 hours, it had cleaned it up to the point where you see it now. Now, I haven't done anything to it except take it apart since then. It needs to go in here. It needs to clean the grime out of it, and then clean it up a little bit better than what it is. And then I just started putting parts in, and it took me probably a week. I've just pulled this table out this morning. I put it in at the same time yesterday as I did the pan, or the tray, and the wrench. I put it in my in the 5 gallon container, or actually I put it in in a 5-gallon container like this, and poured the 5 gallons in there, and just let it sit the same amount of time as I've let this sit, and it come out really nice. And like I said, you can look at this. This is the original paint. Now you can see, remember from the pictures, all this looked like rust, and I said it looked like somebody had painted this table, and they had, but the paint has come back. Now that paint's no good to me. I'm gonna clean it all off, but it goes to show you that this product will work and it won't harm your paint. I have all the gears cleaned, and I haven't done anything but wipe this stuff off, and it hasn't rusted. There's a little bit of rust coming back on this slide gear. I mean, the handles are pitted pretty bad, but you know, they come out really clean. The tool post, now this bolt wasn't in there. The thing about this machine is the bolt here was the bolt was hard to come out, so I rechased it with a tap, and I just stuck a regular bolt back in there to check it and make sure it was good. You know, I've got bolts and nuts that I put in there. This is a selector for the auto feed, the pointer. Now the wrench for the vise I've put in there, and it actually has flashed back off. I think that might even be paint, but it's still no problem to clean. I even put, this is the ram V-way for the tool post. I even put the brass signs or manufacturer decals back in there, and it cleaned them up pretty nice. The way covers, even the bearing, this is the bearing, the main bearing for the drive, and it actually went in and cleaned up the bronze bearing. So as you can see, the product works really well, and I'm more than happy with it. I've used it. This has saved me, you know. I'm still gonna have to wire wheel some of this to get the paint off, but as far as having to deal with all that dust and everything from wire wheeling to the rust, it saved me a lot of time. So all I did was come out here during the week and put parts in, put parts out, pour it from one container to another, kind of used a container about this size. I used a 5-gallon bucket. I used a bigger container like this. Whatever I could get the parts to fit in, you know, I just poured it around. Now the product is, I don't know how long it's going to last. It's super black right now, and so we're you know, I'm waiting on it to quit. Right now I've got the comb pulley in there, and it's been in there since 9 o'clock this morning when I pulled this out, and we're gonna let it sit for a few hours and see how it does. So guys, you know, if you're looking for a product like this that's good as far as rust removal, what I like about it, when I use vinegar, it worked good, but it turned everything black, and I haven't had that issue with this. It kind of makes it a dull color, but all this is cast iron. It may have been that color to start with. So yeah, I mean, any questions, you know, ask, and I'll take the sheet here and try to answer them. Let's see what else we got. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video on Metal Rescue and seeing the parts. Now I've got you over here at the new Haven Lathe. Now guys, you remember this lathe. This is part of the same haul that the shaper came from. This machine was sitting out in the field for like 40 years. And that's probably, I'm guessing, 1860s, somewhere in there. And it was really rough. If you go back and look at the Machine Rescue series, you can actually see what it looked like back in the field. So I've already taken the lathe apart, and I've done some work on it, but I've put it back in here, and I've just stuck all the parts back on it just for having somewhere to put them. So what this is, what I'm about to do now, is I'm going to challenge Metal Rescue. Now Metal Rescue, I love your product. It worked great on those parts. Help me out on this. If you're willing, I would love to build a tank big enough, and I don't know the numbers, I'll have to calculate them out, to dip the main casting in and all the components. Now, I'm not talking about the legs, they'll be separate. I'll take them off. We'll dump the main casting and the legs, the tail stock, the head stock, the counter shaft, the apron, the back gear, and back here we got a 28-inch chuck and the spindle cone pulley. So guys, if you really want to see what it'll do, now the videos that I've posted on these machines got upward of 90,000 views. People contact me all the time about when we're going to work on this lathe. So if you really want to put your product out there, this is a machine to do it on. So I'm waiting to hear from you, and if you're interested, let me know. So thank you from the Backyard Machine Shop. So long.